Hi, and welcome to Storytime with Doodad. This piece is in memory of Bob Saget. I was emceeing a nightclub back many years ago, and I think it was in late '70s, early '80s when Giggles opened, and Yuck Yucks opened in 1976. So this club came shortly after. It only sat 76 people. But the owners, Gary Pollock and Eugene Yermis, they actually paid to have Bob Saget fly in and do one night. And I remember it was $2,500, which doesn't sound like a lot of money now, but it was then. And it was still a bargain for Bob Saget. So Bob Saget appeared one night at the club, and I had also been invited down to Yuck Yucks to see, and this is by Mark Breslin, to see Gabe Kaplan from Welcome Back, Kotter, and I was invited to a backstage pass. So I've been blessed that I happen to know a lot of creative people out in the world, musicians, artists, and comedians, singers, jazz musicians. And I'm going to tell you, and this is the truth, I helped Howie Mandel decorate one of his first Beverly Hills homes. And I'll tell you how that happened. He picked me up at my motel room. I was visiting, and he took me to MGM Studios. I watched him film St. Elsewhere when he was doing that show. He was Fiscus. In the same day, he also, or maybe it was the next day, he did a fairy tale theater produced by Shelley Duvall, the late Shelley Duvall, and Jackie Mason. I think he's just recently passed as well, unfortunately, Jackie Mason, who bummed cigarettes off me all day long. And that was a treat until it was like down to my last 3 cigarettes. And then I remember hiding from Jackie Mason when he was looking for me for a free cigarette. But Howie, we ended up going back to his new place that he just bought, and I helped him decorate his home. And here's how that happened. We went to his place. There was about 3 or 4 of us, and it was empty. It was a brand new place he just purchased, and he wanted to see what it looked like furnished. So he had me pretend I was a chair, so I sat like this, and someone else pretend they were a lamp, so they stood up tall, and then he moved us all around the living room and decided where this was going to go, and that was just his creative mind, and that was a lot of fun. Anyway, this is a treat that I've had to know all these famous people in the world. I haven't spoken to Howie in $300 million. And as well, I went to the movies with Howie. I saw Revenge of the Nerds. I went to the movie E.T. With Jim Carrey. And back then, this was just when comedy was exploding. Also, shows were exploding too at the same time. So I was sitting with some friends one day, and they said, "You ever sorry that you didn't continue with comedy?" And I said, I continue with comedy every day of my life. And they said, "I know, but you don't, do it for a living." And I had to remind them, I never got paid for it when I was doing it, even back then. I never got paid being an MC. I was lucky to get chicken wings free for dinner. But anyway, that's story time with Doodad. This is in memory of Bob Saget. Bob, may you rest in peace. And guys, you take care of yourselves, and we'll speak to you again.